If a referee signals on to treat a goalkeeper, that team's coach will have 10 seconds to nominate another player to leave the pitch for 1 minute after players restarted, telling the fourth official of their choice. If no player has been selected within 10 seconds, the captain must leave the field. Mickey van der Ven says Tottenham's record spending highlights a new ambition after an unacceptable season and backed the team to play more enjoyable football under Roberto De Zerbi. Tottenham have finished 17th in the Premier League in back-to-back years and only narrowly avoided relegation on the final day of last season. Under De Zerbi, who was appointed in late March, Spurs have spent a club record £237 million this summer. And Andrea Pirlo has said he is no longer a candidate to coach the Italian national side following days of controversy over his ties to a Russian betting company. His appointment as Italy's next head coach had not been confirmed by the Italian Football Federation yet, was being treated as all but certain. But over the weekend, several Italian politicians criticised the FIGC's choice, noting that the 47-year-old Pirlo had taken up a role as global ambassador for Russia's Fonbet last October. Rugby League now, and Wakefield Trinity have confirmed hooker Tyson Smoothie will join new NRL side Perth Bears at the end of the season after being released from his contract on compassionate grounds. The 27-year-old Australian joined Trin on a 3-year deal for this campaign, but head coach Daryl Powell said earlier this month that he would be leaving at the end of 2026. Smoothie has scored 4 tries in 21 appearances in all competitions to help Wakefield to second in Super League. And Leeds Rhinos forward Ben Littlewood has signed a new 3-year deal. The 21-year-old made his first start for the Super League leaders in Sunday's derby win over Bradford Bulls at Headingley. He has also featured for York and Hunslet this season. Formula One now, and Red Bull have confirmed the appointment of the Mercedes driver scout involved in discovering Kimi Antonelli to head up their young driver programme. Red Bull released a statement on Monday announcing the 50-year-old signing as director of their junior programme, adding he would join the team in 2027. And finally, it's cricket, and Southern Brave women edged a thriller as they beat MI London women by just 1 run. That was having posted 126 for 7 before restricting the visitors to 125 for 3. And in the late game, Southern Brave men posted 129 for 9 against MI London, who had reached 50 for 2 off 47 deliveries. That's all for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. Let's start with football, and Chelsea are in talks to sign Brentford's Jordan Henderson and Brighton's Danny Welbeck. England midfielder Henderson, who's 36, has a year left on his Brentford contract, but the Bees are willing to let him leave on a free transfer. Ex-England striker Welbeck, who's 35, is keen on moving to Stamford Bridge, and there is optimism from Chelsea's side that a deal can be concluded. The Blues are looking for experience because of an acceptance that their model of signing young players needs a tweak, and that's according to influential owner Behad Eghbali in April. English football will implement a trial to try to eradicate the goalkeeper tactical timeout this season. The Football Association, Premier League, English Football League, National League and Women's Super League have agreed on the measure with permission granted by the International Football Association Board. ProRef, led by Chief Refereeing Officer Howard Webb, had been in discussions with the leagues to determine how to tackle the issue. It settled on a team having to remove an outfield player from the pitch. If a referee signals that the physio can come on to treat a goalkeeper, that team's coach will have 10 seconds to nominate another player to leave the pitch for 1 minute after players restarted, telling the fourth official of their choice. If no player has been selected within 10 seconds, the captain must leave the field. Mickey van der Ven says Tottenham's record spending highlights a new ambition after an unacceptable season and backed the team to play more enjoyable football under Roberto De Zerbi. Tottenham have finished 17th in the Premier League in back-to-back years and only narrowly avoided relegation on the final day of last season. Under De Zerbi, who was appointed in late March, Spurs have spent a club record £237 million this summer. And Andrea Pirlo has said he is no longer a candidate to coach the Italian national side following days of controversy over his ties to a Russian betting company. His appointment as Italy's next head coach had not been confirmed by the Italian Football Federation yet, was being treated as all but certain. But over the weekend, several Italian politicians criticised the FIGC's choice, noting that the 47-year-old Pirlo had taken up a role as global ambassador for Russia's Fonbet last October. Rugby League now, and Wakefield Trinity have confirmed hooker Tyson Smoothie will join new NRL side Perth Bears at the end of the season after being released from his contract on compassionate grounds. The 27-year-old Australian joined Trin on a 3-year deal for this campaign, but head coach Darryl Powell said earlier this month that he would be leaving at the end of 2026. Smoothie has scored 4 tries in 21 appearances in all competitions to help Wakefield to second in Super League. And Leeds Rhinos forward Ben Littlewood has signed a new 3-year deal. The 21-year-old made his first start for the Super League leaders in Sunday's derby win over Bradford Bulls at Headingley. He has also featured for York and Hunslet this season. Formula One now, and Red Bull have confirmed the appointment of the Mercedes driver scout involved in discovering Kimi Antonelli to head up their young driver programme. Red Bull released a statement on Monday announcing the 50-year-old signing as director of their junior programme, adding he would join the team in 2027. And finally, it's cricket, and Southern Brave women edged a thriller as they beat MI London women by just 1 run. That was having posted 126 for 7 before restricting the visitors to 125 for 3. And in the late game, Southern Brave men posted 129 for 9 against MI London, who had reached 50 for 2 off 47 deliveries. That's all for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. Let's start with football, and Chelsea are in talks to sign Brentford's Jordan Henderson and Brighton's Danny Welbeck. England midfielder Henderson, who's 36, has a year left on his Brentford contract, but the Bees are willing to let him leave on a free transfer. Ex-England striker Welbeck, who's 35, is keen on moving to Stamford Bridge, and there is optimism from Chelsea's side that a deal can be concluded. The Blues are looking for experience because of an acceptance that their model of signing young players needs a tweak, and that's according to influential owner Behad Eghbali in April. English football will implement a trial to try to eradicate the goalkeeper tactical timeout this season. The Football Association, Premier League, English Football League, National League and Women's Super League have agreed on the measure with permission granted by the International Football Association Board. Pro-Ref, led by Chief Refereeing Officer Howard Webb,
Alvin Miller. Whereas the visiting Austrian side, in goal Daniel Kodjiakov, back four of Jürgen Heil, Albert Valche, Jalen Mitchell and Emran Soglo, midfield four of Simon Seidel, Luca Weinhandel, Jan Gronek Stankovic the skipper and Jakob Hodl, with a duo up top of Stisman Lorolazic and Seri Yatta. For the visitors, Andres Trilmanis, the Latvian, is in charge for all the action this evening from Tynecastle. It was, of course, that 3 goals in the span of 9 minutes early on in the second half that really put Sturm Graz in the favourite seat coming into this game, it had to be said. 4-0 advantage for the visitors this evening from the first leg. Should be interesting how Hearts come out and have to come flying. And it is a warm welcome to this evening's unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action from Tynecastle in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League qualifiers as Hearts host Sturm Graz. And well, they have a big mountain to climb to Hearts this evening. 4-0 down from the first leg in Austria, the Austrian champions, of course. So a massive game this evening. They'll have to come flying out of the traps, will the Scottish side, looking for an appearance in the Champions League, of course. Sturm Graz, they did play their football in the Europa League last season, but in the 24-25 season were in Europeans' top-tier competition, whereas Hearts did play Conference League football a few seasons ago, looking to reach the upper echelons. I will say it's absolutely bouncing down as well at Tynecastle, seeing the pictures. Let's see if that plays a part this evening. I will bring you through the 11s and the changes between the two sides. Well, also Sturm Graz are unchanged. It's a triple change for Hearts from the first leg. If you did miss out in the preamble, we'll bring you that in a moment. Hearts do just have the ball with Schwallow in goal, and they will have probably a lot of possession and most of the attacking output, at least in the early stages, you would think would at Hearts. But it's myself, Lewis Raftery, joined by Johnny Holmes, to take you through all the action this evening from Tynecastle. I mean, we were speaking just before I went on the air, Johnny, if it is the obvious, but I will ask it. 4-0 down. It is a big task for Hearts, but it's probably the opening 15 minutes or so and going from there, maybe.
Yeah, it is, Lewis. You used the phrase flying out of the traps, and I think you've summed it up there. They've got to do that. Got a corner, actually, Hearts, early on, so might be able to carve out a chance. But yeah, they've got to go for it, and as the corner is whipped in, but headed away easily. I think the issue for Sturm Graz, I mean, they're 4-0 up, not many issues, but complacency. You know, if they go into this thinking we're already through, and their heads start to wonder, and Hearts get a couple of early goals, you never know. It's always possible, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, we were speaking again before we went on the air, as Johnny rightfully said, it was a poor corner, easily dealt with, and Hearts do have possession at the back with skipper Stephen Kingsley. They did score 3 goals in 9 minutes, basically, the Sturm Graz, after just before the hour mark, 53rd and 59th minute. So it was maybe a little bit of they've conceded a second of Hearts and heads drop. I'm not too sure. So who knows how it does play out. Foul early on, just inside, about halfway into, I should say, possibly the Sturm Graz half. You can hail the right back, just trying to clear it. He's just caught by Braga, who's just trying to close him down and just catches him there. So it will be a free kick, nothing malicious, just going for the ball. So quickly, as I said, waiting for this free kick to be taken. Hearts triple change for the host. Borg, Krevnik, McCart, Kabore drop out. Altena, Guendouzi and Kingsley are into the 11. Sturm Graz, as I say, well, they're unchanged. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Long ball forward, cleared by Hearts, but only as far as a throw. No, it won't. Miller keeps it in very well there, and the 1-2 doesn't work out. Braga goes to win it back, does well. He kicks it off of the forward there inside. Out for a throw for Hearts. So quickly, Schwallow is in goal for Hearts. Back four of Altena, Woolcock, skipper Kingsley and Milne. Midfield 3 of Guendouzi, McEntee and Spittle, with Miller, Braga and Kizirdis as a forward 3. Long ball forward. Jatta trying to get on the end of it. It's cleared away by the, he's a tall figure, is Woolcock. He heads that wide and out for a throw. It looks like Sturm Graz going to go for a long one here by the white jerseys that they are packing in the box. In the first half, right to left are Hearts, left to right are Sturm Graz. So that's at least as we look at it from the broadcast angle. Will be a long throw-in coming up, so we'll bring you through the Graz 11 just in a moment. Long throw-in comes in, not away by Kingsley's shot. Comes in there from Stankovic. I don't think he even felt that. It's almost that he wanted to go for it, and as it came down, he realised, I'm not going to get anything on this, and it just trickles out for a goal.
Yeah, I don't think he was really. It was a half-hearted effort, yes, wasn't it? And then half of the side were offside. So as the ball dribbles through, it could have been a lovely through ball actually, but they'd all drifted offside, expecting the shot, and then just had to let it go behind. So yeah, nothing doing in the end.
He just didn't get the leg power behind it, if anything. Ball forward for Hearts into the area, cleared away, but as far only as Kingsley's clearance for Sturm Graz. I said they will have a lot of possession, will Hearts, especially this opening 15-20 minutes you'd expect. I know we're just about 4.5 minutes in, but maybe get some shots off at the goalkeeper, see what he's all about. Right hand side, Altena switches it all the way to the left. It's a poor one as well. First of all, it was always behind Milne anyway, and it trickles out for a throw in. And it's just when you're early on, you want little wins, don't you? Want to make sure you don't make any mistakes or pass. There's no need to go from right to left like that. When it's as poorly as that, it's just you're trying to get momentum going, and it just brings it right to a halt.
Again, you've taken the word right out of my mouth there. Momentum was the word I was going to say, and that's just what a way to give it away. You know, just to play the ball, from one end to the other and straight out of play for a throw in. And now look at this, on the attack of Sturm Graz. So this is what you do. You give momentum away. They were building a little bit. Hearts, I thought they started quite well, but now suddenly they've got some work to do in their own box.
Well, you rightfully spoke about Sturm Graz maybe being too confident, maybe too nonchalant. It's also about Hearts. There's a lot of nerves. I can imagine there are a ball full of nerves are at home as well. That yes, you want to be in front of your own fans to come back from 4-0 down, but that puts a lot of pressure on you as well. As Johnny rightfully said, long throwing comes in once again. It's nodded away, and now it might be a chance for a counter attack. 2 Hearts players get it all just together there with the feet, trying to go on a counter-attack. Bit of miscommunication. Ball's bobbling outside the Hearts area, cleared away And a ball from left to right for Sturm Graz this time, from Hoddle into Seidel, goes out for a throw-in, and things can just calm down a little bit. Again, you could just feel that Hearts coming forward. I want to say it was Braga and Miller, I'm not quite sure. It was definitely two attacking, forward-thinking players for Hearts. That's a lovely piece of play, a lovely pass from left to right. So I'll bring Johnny in just a moment. Flying down the right-hand side is Altena, back into the middle, out to the right-hand side. Quick one-time passing is needed and comes from Hearts. But Sturm Graz get the bodies back. Jata, good hold-up play, I thought there. Referee linesmen disagree with me, saying he's a little bit too strong, a little bit too forceful there from the number 20 from Sturm Graz, and he gives away the free kick. Miller doing well to win and keep the ball. Watching it back, I mean, he puts the elbow in a little bit, but I mean, Miller wasn't complaining. But they've already had the set piece for the corner. That was poor. Right hand side, good opportunity to swing one in here.
Yeah, dangerous this. I mean, actually, Hearts conceded a lot of goals from set plays in the first leg, so they want to be better in the air. But yeah, Miller battling really well there and winning the free kick.
Opportunity on the right hand side. Miller will swing it in all the way to the back. Sticks. Mill tries to put it back in, but he's always stretching, was always overhit. You can see what Miller's trying to do. He's trying to get it into the back sticks, and then whoever is there, Mills unmarked, can I just whip it back in? Maybe even he could have headed it back across. I'm not too sure. I don't want to give him too much grief, the full-back, but you can see what they were trying to do. Didn't work out with Sturm Graz trying to play it from the goal kick. Good high press from Hearts and forces that they've got to punt it long, but Hearts, they give it away again in the middle. You can just see that bundle of nerves that they are. Long ball forward, Swallow's going to come out and get to it. Plays it to the right to Altena. A good start so far from both these sides in Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening, but Sturm Graz do hold that 4-0 advantage, and we can talk about Hearts all evening long, and it's them to get the goals. Well, Sturm Graz, if they get a goal, go 5-0 up on aggregate, you'd like to think that will be that for the game. So Hearts can't give away too much too early on. Ball in the middle, ball played forward. It will be a handball against Sturm Graz midfielder, and Hearts do take the free kick quickly into the middle. McKenzie back to Kingsley, 8 minutes on the clock, as I say. Warm welcome if you are just joining in the early minutes. You've not missed any real chances so far. It's very frantic between the two sides. McKenzie trying to drive forward, does well, but that's a good tackle by Hale, and he will win a throw on the left-hand side. Will Hearts go for the long one? No, they might do. Sorry, I thought he threw it into Milner there, but no. Quickly taken to the left-hand side. Opportunity coming forward now. Guendouzi back to Mill, swings one in, still ends up in the penalty area. Left-hand side, and there's a referee given the free kick. I think he has the ball was swung in, and it was a handball. And I think the referee was more saying, is there going to be an advantage from it? And I think Hearts were actually saying, yes, we're still coming forward, but we've got a free kick we can take and really put a ball in the box.
Yeah, which I'm surprised by, actually, because it looked like they were in a decent position in behind and a chance to swing a ball in from inside the box. But, you know, maybe they back themselves in the air. Maybe they want to keep swinging free kicks in. I think there are things to be positive from Hearts. Can they actually get on the score sheet? Because as long as the score stays the same, Sturm Graz will be happy.
An opportunity, though, as we do so, left-hand side. Will it be more the in-swinger or out-swinger type of delivery? In-swinger will come in. It's a good delivery. But it's just wide of the mark there. There was absolutely packed out penalty box from the goal kick. We'll see a replay because it's punted long straight away. It will go goalkeeper to goalkeeper. I do like that though from Kujakov because he's just trying to get his head up, trying to quickly catch him on the counter. We'll see a replay. Walcott's in there. Braga's in there as well. It might be that, if anything, I think maybe Braga gets the last touch, but Walcott's a little bit behind him. But that's a good piece of play. That's a free kick. Get it in there. I think it was a much better delivery than Miller's. It was a bit closer. I'm not taking that away from Miller's delivery, but that is also near. And again, we're right about momentum. It's just, yes, it's not on target, but it's a little piece of play of momentum, and they've won a throw in hand on the right-hand side. This is just getting that crowd behind you, getting some positivity and some confidence as well.
Absolutely. That was a lovely ball into a very dangerous area from the free kick, and it was just a glancing header, wasn't it? And just a little bit more on it, a bit more of a confident contact on the header, and that's probably going into the back of the net. It just glanced wide of the post, but Hearts coming forward again. They're looking good early on. They just need to get on the score sheet as soon as possible.
It's the longer it takes, the longer that the confidence might drop, the longer they think, right, time's our own enemy at the moment. Nice play, right hand side. Guendouzi just loses his footing. That was a lovely play between himself and Spittle on the right hand side. We'll keep the ball up. They won a corner as well. That's great play from Miller at first. Soglo, the left back, just trying to just usher it out for a goal kick, I think it was. Stankovic as well. Good tackle from Braga at first, actually, as well. Missed that on our broadcast. And that's what you were speaking about, Stankovic. Yeah, was that little bit just too slow, too confident, maybe?
Yeah, quite possibly. Something we haven't mentioned so far, Tynecastle is absolutely pouring it down as well. I mean, I've not seen rain like that for a while, so that could play a part. I mean, I think Hearts they'll know how to deal with that. I think they've seen plenty of rain. So can they use that to their advantage? You never know. The elements might play a factor in this one.
I think you're spot on with that. It's another in-swinging delivery, heads go up, and there's a Sturm Graz player that's ended up on the deck. Referee going to let it continue for now, and Hearts do have the ball coming forward. No, he is going to stop it. I'm not quite sure what Sturm Graz player it is. It's Jalen Mitchell, the centre-back. He does go up for the header. He's not. I think he takes a right bang on the floor as well. I don't think he's trying to sell anything or fake anything. He's back up on his feet. He goes up. He comes from right.
It's a landing.
He takes the wind right out of you. I know he's back up on his feet, but that is something that we've all been there. Your elbow takes a bang. Your shoulder really takes the wind out of you. Hearts will continue with the attack. They're coming down the right-hand side. Good tackle from Soglo. McKenty still comes away with it. Guendouzi, good first touch. Still keeps the attack going. 1-2 with Miller into the penalty area. Soglo just knew what he was doing there, and just that shoulder into Guendouzi, because he knows if he does a little bit too much more, could have even been a penalty shout there. But the pass from Miller, maybe if it was on the floor and a bit more into Guendouzi, it's more of a penalty shout there, but the ball was never even getting to the midfielder.
Yeah, it's clever from Soglo. I think he knows what he's doing. He's stepping across his man. There's not too much contact. He's just making sure. I don't think he probably was going to get on the end of it, to be quite honest, but just making sure there's nothing doing. And, you know, as you say, there wasn't enough contact to give a penalty away. So I think he knows what he's doing, and it's smart defending there. But I think from a Hearts point of view, you'll be happy with this start. But also from a Sturm Graz point of view, you haven't conceded. So I think both sides can be pretty happy with how this game has started so far.
So far, we've only had 2 shots, of course, one apiece, and nothing on target. Ball forward looking for Braga there down the left-hand side. I will say it is frantic. It is a fast pace. Hearts wanted to throw in. Don't think it was given to them, but it was taken quickly by Spittle, looking for the run of Braga, but then the referee this evening, Andris Srimanis, the Latvian official, just says no, it is a throw-in for Sturm Graz. 13 minutes in, still goalless on the evening, but it is the Austrian side who lead 4-0 on aggregate thanks to that victory in the first leg. Stankovic, long ball forward, Milne will clear it away, looking for the run there of Miller, and nodded away by Stankovic in the middle. Braga tries to bring it down, bobbles away, Guendouzi is chasing after it, Mitchell is there first, and just simply, and I don't blame him, just clears it away, doesn't take any chances. That's what Sturm Graz are doing. They're not playing out from the back. They're not letting Hearts press them high and making early mistakes, which I think is definitely a game plan, you'd have to say. But Hearts are the more confident one. I think the only thing you would say they're missing, and I think you're right, both teams, no one will be really happy, but no one is really going to be disappointed with the opening 14 minutes now that we've had. Maybe Hearts were just like to at least have tested the keeper once, or at least had a shot on target, or created something of real noise. They might have that chance now. Braga plays it back to the edge area. Shot comes in, blocked away. That was a chance. Lovely play from Guendouzi down the right-hand side. Pulled a lovely ball back into the middle, and Braga, lovely touches on the outside of his right, but played it back to the midfielder. Don't know where the shot was going. Could have been on target. Could have been going wide, but it was blocked all away. But that's the best move from Hearts so far.
Yeah, lovely football. My thinking was a first there. Could Braga have hit that? Could he go for a little bit of a swipe with the inside of his right foot as the ball comes across and just try and bend it towards goal? I mean, he unselfishly lays it off to the edge of the box. We'd have to see a replay. Maybe it was a crowded box. Maybe there was. We'll see it as the ball comes across from Guendouzi. It's quite a difficult angle, but I wonder if maybe he could have taken that first time. What do you reckon?
I agree with you. My only assumption would be, is we've already spoke about the weather. He's thinking, could I take a touch? Is he going to be heavy on the, like you said, it's an acute-ish angle. That's my only thought, because I do agree with you. I thought he was going to just, as you said, just have a swipe, drive it low, hope for the best. I do agree with you, but watching it back, maybe the weather, as we spoke about, just play in the back of your mind, as we've already spoke about. Long ball forward for Sturm Graz. It is offside, and Hearts will get a free kick. Woolcott, he's been heavily pressed down there by Jata. He does well to get away from the forward. Might have even been a free kick if the Hearts defender did lose the ball, but they had most of the possession, give or take about 80% so far for the Scottish side. Lovely long ball forward into Miller. Flag does go up. It was one of them where You don't know because he plays it. As soon as he plays it, I thought Miller was thinking I might be offside because he didn't really react to the ball. But what I will say is, and we cover a lot of football with offside, it is very close. I think he might even be onside. It is very close. It's one of them where if the official said, I don't know, let me see how it plays out, and put his flag up, I wouldn't have blamed him. What would be frustrating is, as well, Miller probably does hold his run, is when you're looking down the line, if you're a manager and your player's looking down the line and he's offside, that would be so frustrating. As a long ball forward, Walcott makes a mess of it, chance saved by Swallow. That could have been the killer blow for Sturm Graz against Hearts right there. Long ball forward, again, that could be the weather player playing the bounce of the ball. It is from the free kick that was given for the offside. Long ball forward. Might even come off the back of Kingsley. And then it bobbles. Walcott absolutely swipes. And he absolutely whiffs at it. And it ends up coming off his knee. And maybe it just falls for the Sturm Graz forward a little bit too quickly. And he can't set himself. Now here come Hearts. Long ball forward. Pressing down the goalkeeper. He clears his lines. My word, this is a frantic opening 16 and a half minutes at Tynecastle so far. Maybe the quality of chances that coming, but my word, it is a fast and furious game. And I think, unfortunately, Walcott for me definitely gets away with there because it's an absolute whiff. The chance does fall for Vladarsic. He just never, I think because it is so quick he has to react, never really sets himself.
Yeah, I mean, that'll focus some minds, won't it, that chance? Because it comes from the goalkeeper, a long ball, and it's a bit of a sin, isn't it, to allow a long ball from the goalkeeper to go over everyone's heads, to get, I know it's raining, but to be caught out by the bounce. And then, as you say, Fagan Walcott takes an absolute swipe at it, slices it, gets nothing on it really, it just bobbles back behind him to Vladarsic, who really should do better. It's a smart stop by Shvalov, but Sturm Graz should be at home and dry really on what is a very wet day at Tynecastle.
The opposite of what it is at Tynecastle. You're spot on there, but it's one of them, isn't it, where I think it's a good save from the goalkeeper, because as a goalie you can only save what he's put in front of you if it's poor or not, but maybe the striker could have done a bit more, and that's 1-0 on the evening for Sturm Graz. I know it's all of if, buts and maybes, but 5-0 on aggregate. It's already a climb of a mountain for Hearts, but they're so far, they have had chances, but half chances, you'd have to say. They've just won a free kick inside the Sturm Graz half. Mill will swing it all the way from left to right to Walcott. Kind of slows down the attack for the moment. Goes from centre back to centre back. 18 minutes goalless at Tynecastle on the evening. 4-0 Sturm Graz lead. It's unofficial independent off Tube Studio commentary of all the action this evening from Tynecastle in the second round of the second leg. Champions League qualifiers. That's a poor pass in the middle and touch from Gwyndu. He's trying to drive forward there. McKenty gets back and does well. He thinks he's done well. He should get the throw. He does really well, actually. First of all, just to put pressure on Vladarsic, and then he just flicks it off of his right boot, and it's gone the way of Sturm Graz. That was excellent for the defensive midfielder, but he wasn't given the opportunity. Well, now an opportunity for Braga. Great defending from Mitchell. He put his side in a poor position, but he definitely got his side, the ball back there. He's so frantic in the middle, back and forth. Ball forward for Miller, flicks it to the right hand side to Altena. Back in the middle it goes for McKenty. He's going to swing one into the box. It's a poor one, unfortunately, from the defensive midfielder into the arms of the goalkeeper. And at the moment, both teams are making little mistakes, and you're really waiting, because for example, if Mitchell, he makes that mistake with a poor pass and he does get himself right and he makes up for it with the good defending, but he's just thinking at the moment it might take a mistake from either side for the other side to get a chance or flourish, because I think there will definitely be a goal this evening. It's just about who gets it, what time, and going from there maybe.
I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. It's end-to-end, isn't it? It's been an entertaining one so far, but that end-to-end isn't because of particular attacking prowess. It's because both sides are making errors and the ball is being turned over and they're quickly counter-attacking. We're seeing it from Sturm Graz now as they come forward.
The right-hand side, ball put in the box just over the head of Vladarsic, and Altena will deal with it, and he will hack it and clear it long. It's going to be held up by Braga. Is he brought down there? Yes, he is, by Mitchell. Just brings him down by the shoulder. He's a little bit on the not softer side. I think it's actually a little bit silly from Mitchell to give the striker the opportunity to go down. But as you said, it's I don't want to call it old-fashioned because we see direct football all the time, long balls, crosses into the box, and I think the weather. I don't want to bring this up every 5 minutes. That will have to play a part.
100%.
You can't play out from the back when it is this kind of football, but it is that. Can we get it into the wide areas? Can we see a bobble? Can we see a bounce? And definitely right now for us is meaning that box to box, it's frantic, it's good. Just the quality, that's what we're waiting for.
Yeah, but I think if you're Hearts, you want to forget about quality. I mean, it's pouring with rain, it's Tynecastle, it's Edinburgh. You know, you want to get the ball in the air, get the defenders looking up into the rain, into the floodlights, get the ball on the deck, you know, in wide areas, get it bobbling along, get it zipping across the surface. Just do it a little bit unorthodox, old-fashioned, as you say. Just try and put that pressure on, because what we're seeing is chances are coming from unorthodox areas. We saw it for Sturm Graz and that long ball forward by the goalkeeper, because defenders are struggling to see with the rain and with the night sky and the floodlights. Let's play on that, is what I'd be saying.
I can imagine as well, like you say, Walcott absolutely whiffs at it. The ball's going to bobble a little bit differently to what you're used to, isn't it? And that muscle memory of, it's going to bobble here so I can boot it here. Oh, it's come off my knee because of the weather. There could be a slip, who knows? Maybe certain players not got the right studs on. Who knows? That could be something that comes into play in good ways and bad ways for both sides. Ball is back in play. It's back at the feet of Stephen Kingsley. Looks to spray the ball from left to right. A lot of those passes have been on for Hearts, whether it's been from left to right or right to left. Well held there for the moment by Jakob Hoddle, but does come off of him last and will trickle out for a Hearts throw and taken quickly into the feet of Miller. The right winger is picking up positions a little bit further inside because Jordi Altera, he's flying up and down that right hand side, almost covering it in, almost by himself. Means that Miller does have the opportunity to come a little bit more narrow and central again from left to right. Lovely ball. Altena takes it down nicely, dinks it into the path of Braga, just inside the penalty box. Back to Miller, puts a dangerous ball in, not dealt with, still in the penalty area, back to the edge, strike comes in, but goes over the bar from Blair Spittle. It was that ball from Miller, and that is exactly what you said, just put the ball into a dangerous area. It was a bit of a slip and a poor clearance. Quentin, who I thought did really well just to keep that ball alive, again plays it back, and that was one where unfortunately, I'm not saying Spittle can't put that in the top corner. I just think he has two defenders closing him down. He's trying to reach for it. He's leaning back and it goes high and wide. Yeah,
he also slices across it, doesn't he? You mentioned those two defenders rushing out to him. I think they do well just to put him off. But you know, it's a decent start by Hearts. They've been getting into some strong areas, and I think they've noticed that they need to play these conditions, getting balls into the box, swinging it in, because defenders are going to be taking stabs at it. Again, it was a poor clearance, wasn't it, that allowed Gwen Doos to set it up for Spittle. So yeah, I think every minute that goes on, as we've said, Sturm Graz are going to be happy. But there are reasons to be positive for Hearts. It's not fully impossible. But forward comes Sturm Graz.
Opportunity falls in the area. Jota goes for goal. It's just wide. It was a lovely, amazing run from Jakob Hoddle on the left-hand side, coming inside, outside, again with the weather. Lovely piece of play. Tries to find the pass forward. It falls awkwardly, but Jota just uses his body and his strength to let it turn. Gets in front of Walcott, lets it turn, bobbles. Might have even fell kind of for Soglo to have an opportunity. But that was one where, once again, because it is such a dire straits for Hearts, you just don't want to concede first. I know they don't want to concede at all, but if you concede first, that's where the wind really goes out of the sails. And that chance for Jota, again, very similar to what Spittle did there. He gets over it and it goes well. I'll bring Johnny in just in a moment, because that's poor from Hearts at the back. Ball is swung in on the right hand side, too much on it, and it'll trickle out for a throw-in on the right hand side near the own corner flag. But you just feel that if you give Sturm Graz that many opportunities, because they've already had 2 or 3 in the opening 24 minutes, they'll take advantage of one.
Yeah, Hearts need to cut down on these defensive errors, because they've been the better side. They've been controlling the ball, and they've been probably carving out the better opportunities from a footballing perspective. But Sturm Graz have probably had the more golden opportunities because they've been gifted them. So Hearts need to just, cut out these errors. They've started well, but it just takes one opportunity, and if Sturm Graz take it, the tie's over. That's the position that Hearts find themselves in.
100%. Long ball forward, and Sturm Graz do have it in their own half. 24 minutes approaching 25 minutes here at Tynecastle. Warm welcome if you are joining. Goalless on the evening, but it's Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 4 on aggregate. It's unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary, and here comes Sturm Graz. Ball forward, Jata, lovely first few touches, 1-on-1, saved well, still a chance, header is saved and clear off the line. Strike comes in from 25 odd yards out, and Hearts heart in mouth moment there, and they're not clinging on at all. But as you rightfully said, Johnny, they are making it a meal for themselves. I'd love to see that chance back. That was great play from Jatta, great double save from Schwaller. He's basically kept Hearts in this tie. You'd have to say he's been their player of the match so far. Soglo coming forward once again, down the left-hand side, ball into the box. It's a fake, back on the right boot, but across. Jatta taps it in, and unless it's an offside, which I don't think it is, that's the goal that's been coming for all so long. The last 3 minutes or so, Sturm Graz have really found their rhythm, really had their chances. Nothing that Alexander Schwall could do about that one, and it is Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 1, 5-0 in aggregate now.
Yeah, deflation at Tynecastle. That's the tie, surely. Jatta's in so much space. He has his arms out. He's unmarked for so long, and he's just not picked up at all. It's good play on the left-hand side by Sturm Graz, but this chance has been coming. They've been living dangerously hard. There was an almighty goalmouth scramble but a minute ago. It's a lovely turn, and look at how much space he's got. That is dreadful marking. And I tell you what, at half-time, the manager there, Wouter Franken, is going to be he's going to be having a go at his players, because that is unforgivable to leave a player in the 6-yard box completely unmarked.
Well,
Easy finish.
You can see as well that Vodasic, he fakes a lovely fake on his left foot to put that ball, and he fakes it. Walcott goes flying on the surface, and he gets there, but he can just even go, I can't believe my strike partner is in that much space, as you rightfully said. I think there is a quick VAR check for a possible foul by Jatta, and I want to say it's Harry Milne, because there was a bit of a collision there. We're not seeing we'll see the replay now. Is there a clip of the heels? That's something that I'm sure the referee might have a word with, because it was terrible defending, but that probably is why Jatta
he's
was
not
so
marked,
open, because we didn't see that. But the referee's going to his VAR, so this might be overturned. So for all the excitement we got for 5-0, maybe this is a lifeline that Hearts need, but we are well over halfway through the first half. For the moment, it's Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 1 on the evening, 5-0 the Austrian side leave. Unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary, and to take you for at least a half time and this VAR review as well, I'll pass you over to Johnny.
Yeah, thanks, Lewis. My thinking is this is going to get overturned, because there is a clip of the heels, and as you rightfully said, that's the reason why Jatta's in so much space and is completely unmarked. That little coming together there is the goal, because if that doesn't happen, he's being marked out of it, and that ball's probably cleared away. I imagine this could well get overturned. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you. I think as well, there's a little bit of a push on the shoulder, isn't there? And you are right. I think fairly so, because we were just watching the live feed, of course, when we're calling it. You see that lovely piece of play from Walasic as you watch it, and then you go, Jatta, what space he's in, then you watch a replay.
That's why.
And I think, as we're rightfully, we're giving a bit of grief to the fullback, but rightfully so, he was clipped and it is ruled out. And look, sometimes you need a little bit of luck. Hearts need it tonight. That could be one of the things that they need that go their way.
Yeah, I'd say that's what VR's there for, isn't it? Because on first viewing, I didn't notice. I just thought it was really poor defensive work, but I think they've got the right decision in the end there. So, wow, what a let-off that is for Hearts. It's not the first one in this game so far, because there was an almighty scramble about a minute before that, which led to Shvalov making a brilliant save, spreading himself, making himself big. It's a couple of wake-up calls that Hearts have had now. Can they wake up? It's gone out for a throw-in to Sturm Graz on the left-hand side, and I have to say, I mean, even though they've got to start scoring goals, Hearts, they'll be happy it's only 0-0 now, won't they?
Yeah, they will. And you said, I can imagine as well, there might have been a bit of a roar at Tynecastle when that was ruled out, because it is that, isn't it? We are playing well, but can we get a few more chances? And then that goes, and you go, well, we might as well go for a half-time pie now and go get a bit of warmth, because it's absolutely pouring it down. But then there might have been that roar of, right, that's our lifeline, isn't it? But you can see by Sturm Graz, they're playing some really good stuff, and they found their confidence and rhythm now.
You're absolutely right. I mean, ever since that goal was ruled out, Sturm Graz have been the side going forward. Stankovic spreads it out to the left-hand side. They're looking dangerous now, Sturm Graz, cutting inside, bending a ball into the box. It's going to go all the way out towards the right-hand side, and sliding in for it was, I think that might have been Vine Handel, but he just couldn't quite keep it in. It skidded up off the the surface, and there's the weather playing a part again, just taking away from the number 39. He's clattered into an advertisement board there. They might need to get that one sorted because it's completely destroyed as Hearts goes short with the goal kick, and in the end it's Svolov who gets it clear. It's flicked on as they look to try and find something from this game. 4-0 down on aggregate Hearts, and they thought it was 5. A goal ruled out. It was Jatta in all sorts of space, but the reason he was in that space is because he had a little coming together on the edge of the box. It was given as a foul, and VAR ruled it out. As onto the deck has gone a Sturm Graz player, and it will be a free kick to them. Seidel it was who went down. So free kick just inside their own area, but I imagine very quickly they'll get this into the Hearts area. Go short with it, but it has ventured forth into the Hearts area with Mitchell, who goes backwards again. And I suppose because they're 4-0 up on aggregate, they don't really need to score. They can afford to concede a few and just keep the ball. But going long, in fact, is Mitchell. It's cleared away, headed away by Kingsley, the Hearts captain, the Hearts skipper. And again, second time of asking, goes long out towards the right-hand side as Hearts look to come forward with Atena. He's managed to stab the ball backwards, and it finds its way back to Kingsley. And Hearts will try and start again. What sort of minute do you think you start throwing the kitchen sink at it, Lewis? We were speaking before the game, we said maybe from the get-go, but so far you'd have to say the golden opportunities have fallen to the away side.
100%. Maybe you're looking at the hour mark, you maybe looking at that first 15 minutes of the second half if we haven't been able to get a goal, or the last 15 minutes of this first half where you go into half-time. Then it's the hour mark, and maybe if you could get one before half time, maybe get a second before the hour mark, and that gives you half an hour, doesn't it, to say, right, we just need 2, whenever we get them. But I think you're right as well about Sturm Graz. They of course have that aggregate lead that we spoke about, but it's almost now they are playing a bit of football. I think it's almost gone right. The first half an hour, just don't concede. First 25 minutes, don't concede. After that, let's get going. Let's show ourselves. But that first half an hour, don't make any mistakes on our part. Again, playing up from the back, passes in the middle. Because ever since then, Stankovic has been allowed to get on the ball, and he's really dictating the game.
He is, and they've got to that half an hour mark, and now they're looking to come forward. Is that a foul on the edge of the box? Referee says no. Goal kick to Hearts. There was certainly some appeals there, but nothing has been given. It's down to the deck went Hurdle, and had his arms out, wanted a free kick, didn't get one, and was just seeing on our unofficial off-tube screens a further chance. That was just before the ruled out goal, actually, when Jatta went storming through the Hearts back line, had a shot that was well saved by Svolov, which led to an almighty scramble in the box. They managed to get it clear that time, Hearts. They really have been living dangerously so far. Their hopes in the Champions League hanging by a thread. They're 4-0 down on aggregate. Some would say it's already over. Well, it would have been, you'd think, if that goal was given, but they survived that one. But still haven't been able to get on the score sheet at Tynecastle. We're 32 minutes in, and actually I think even though you'd probably say that Hearts started fairly well since then, and certainly since that disallowed goal, Sturm Graz have been in the ascendancy and have just taken control of this game, haven't they?
Like we said, they're starting to get on the ball, and Hearts are struggling to get out, but maybe that could play to Hearts' advantage, that right when we counter-attack, that means there's a bit more space for us because they are coming forward. Mistake of a poor pass there, but that's a poor pass from Miller. Again, it's also, we spoke about frantic. I just think Hearts, and I can understand it's a situation, they're in the 4-0 down, when they get on the ball, it just feels that the players they're so frantic to play it out of the way. Whereas Sturm Graz, right, for so you 4-0 up, they will take that touch, they'll get the head up, they're happy to go back, whereas Hearts forward, very frantic. I just think needs to just calm down a little bit, but again, just one thing you would say is, as you rightfully said, for 33 minutes and it's goalless. If you were to come in 33 minutes ago and say that, but Hearts have had a few shots on goal and chances, you'd be happy. It's been the way around. Sturm Graz have had that, and of course that disallowed goal. Absolutely, it's well cut out there. The ball was being sent through towards Heil, but sliding in. Hearts have been able to get that behind out for a throw in to Sturm Graz, who look to come forward now once again.
with Heil, but it's been given away, and now Braga can come away for Hearts. He tries to slip the ball in. It looks slightly overhit. It is indeed. He was trying to slip the ball into Miller, just overcooked it, and it went through to Kudyakov in the Sturm Graz goal, who I think he was always going to get on the end of that, asking way too much of Miller. And once again, that plays into what you were saying, Lewis, that every time Hearts get on the ball, it's almost a bit, it's frantic, isn't it? It's, oh, we've got the ball, we've got to try and make something happen, we're running out of time, when really maybe a calmer head is what's needed.
100%, and now they're in their own corner flag, almost out there, but they're playing some good stuff, credit to them. Actually, they played out of a press here, but Shvolov is put under some real pressure, just has to punt it away. But you're right, and again, going back to the weather, I don't know if Braga is thinking, well, it might, I've got to overhit this because with all the waters on the pitch, it's going to slow right down. No, it just went going and going, as you said, really overhit. But again, if it's 0-0 in aggregate, is that Braga just saying, take a touch, now play the ball? And it was a lot of, I've got to take the touch, I've got to set myself, and he never sets himself, no players that pass right. And I mean, you've got to get that right, because that would have been a one-on-one for Miller. Yeah,
and it was, you would argue, possibly quite a simple pass, because there was only one defender back, if I remember correctly. But anyway, forward comes Sturm Graz. It's a pass in by Heidel. The touch was a little bit overcooked, but Seidel has been able to get on the ball, and he plays it to Heil on the overlap. It's well defended, but it's gone behind for a corner kick to Sturm Graz, who are really turning the screw. It was Kizaridis back there. Now, he wants to be going forward, I would imagine, but he's been doing quite a lot of defensive work over the last 10 minutes or so. Sturm Graz, is that their first corner of the game? I think it might well be. I can't remember them having too many so far. Yeah, first corner of the game for the away side, but they're the ones that have been turning the screw here, and Hearts have now got more defending to do. They conceded a few from balls into the box. This one's gone short, interestingly enough. It will come into the box now, but it's charged down by the first man. Poor corner routine by Sturm Graz, but they've got the ball back now. They've had to go back, though, towards Valci, and in fact, he will go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Kudyakov, but they can afford to do that. They can afford to reset. They've got all the time in the world. Here's Heil. He's brought down, and the referee has given a free kick. It's Kizaridis once again, number 89, who's been having to go backwards for much of this one. It's a blatant free kick. I think he's done well to get away without a yellow card there, because he knows what he's doing. It's a professional foul. He stopped the attack, but forward Sturm Graz will come again with a free kick.
I think that'll be quite frustrating, because exactly as you said, he's got away from it. It's quite cynical of bringing that, and now you've given them an opportunity. Well, Sturm Graz is going, we will throw players forward, because it is still 0-0 on the evening. Before you go get that first goal, put it 5-0, that's a good opportunity. So ball will be swung in.
Yes, it will indeed. It's towards the back stick as the heads go up, but it's cleared away, and it's well dealt with, in fact, by McEntee, and swiped away, sliced clear, and it will go out for a throw-in. Not much distance, a lot of height on that clearance, but actually haven't gained too much territory in the end from that one from Hearts. So Sturm Graz will come again. It was McEntee with both clearances then. Got the first one right, the second one slightly miscued. It was a bit of an anywhere will do situation. And, well, staring down the barrel of a Champions League exit as the throw-in comes in. It's deep, it's flicked on. It'll be headed away by Fagan Woolcott and cleared and helped away further on, and Hearts will try and spring into the counter-attack, but they haven't been able to do so. In fact, it's really good play by Vine Handel, who fires a ball in towards the box, and it's headed goalwards by Vladar, and it was just a looping header back over the top, sort of half back over his shoulder. Does well to connect with it, as Vine Handel did really well, and it's a lovely ball into him, actually, and across went Shvolov and had to make the save, did so, and kept hold of it as well. But it's just another chance, isn't it, out of relatively little for Sturm Graz.
Well, to say as well that they've now had, I want to say, 7 shots. That'll be their 7th shot on 5th on target. Hearts have had 3 not on target. A couple of them blocked, and obviously, was it McEntee who put it wide? Might have been Spittle who shot on the edge of the area, then went wide. But again, I mean, as you rightfully said, Vine Handel, that was a lovely play from the midfield. He just takes it past the on-rushing presser, gets his head up, plays a lovely ball into the box. I just feel that, unfortunately, for Vladar, he just had Woolcott right in his eye line. He goes for the header, so he can't really time it correctly. And if you're going to loop it like that, I really like what he's trying to do. You need to get a bit more air, obviously, on it, don't you? But again, as you said, just goes down. Another chance isn't for Hearts.
Yeah, another chance. And, well, Hearts are the team that need to be getting a few shots away on goal. They're 4-0 down, of course, on aggregate. Could have been 5 as Gwendus gives the foul away. Goal has been ruled out already for Jatta. A foul on the edge of the box, which left him completely unmarked in the middle for a tap-in, but VAR brought it back. It wasn't spotted by the referee, it wasn't spotted by the officials, it wasn't spotted by us, but VAR did the job, and I think got it absolutely right, because the clip of the heels is what put Jatta in so much space. And speaking of space, Sturm Graz coming forward on the right hand side now with Heil. He plays it inside towards Van Handel, and now Seidel outside, and it's into the box. It's cleared away. Was that a hand? No. Protest by Sturm Graz, so I assume it must not have been, but they come forward again. It's out towards Heil, and now with the overlap, into the box it goes once again, and it's onto the edge of the box. Hearts can't deal with it. Turning, twisting, turning, looking to get the shot away. Sturm Graz, and Stankovic does so, but it's too central, and it's straight at Svolov. It's another shot on target, and Sturm Graz are definitely in the ascendancy here. Twisting and turning, trying to get the shot away. It was Hurdle, and he managed to play it back to Stankovic, the captain, but his shot was tame and too central and easily dealt with by Svolov. But Hearts, they're just... For the first 15 minutes they were on top, and they had a few half chances, but they just can't string a pass together, and once again giving it away. Sturm Graz look to come forward. In fact, it's going to be mopped up and well dealt with in the end by Altena, who goes back to Kingsley. But I mean, since that first 15 minutes, it's been one-way traffic, and it's not the way that the home support will have wanted, is it, Lewis?
No, and we're just looking at the last. They've had the 3 shots. The last shot came in the 23rd minute as well, and it was the shot from Spittle that went over the bar. To have 20 minutes, basically, that's really poor. To have no shots from Hearts, no real action in the final third as well. You couldn't say that, but they had these opportunities to put crosses and nothing came from it. It's not they're not having shots, they're not getting there. This is much better, trying to build up and look for a chance. Yeah,
this is nice football. McEntee spreads it out to the right hand side with Altena, who goes back inside, but it's poor and it's cut out, and every time Hearts get the chance to string a few passes together, there's always a sloppy one, and Jatta tries to come away with it. He's marshalled well, and Hearts trying to just get some bounce at Tynecastle. They want to give it to him, the fans. They want to get behind their boys. They know they've got a mountain to climb as Kizaridis goes inside, but it's having to go backwards for Hearts. Fagan Walcott will spread it out to the right hand side with Altena, and on this right hand side tries to stand up his man Altena on the edge of the box. Little back heel. Oh, it's lovely. Miller, he's in behind here. It's goalwards. It's deflected. It's cleared away. Will there be a chance? Braga, no, he can't quite get on the end of it. Another scramble, this time in the Sturm Graz goal line. But in the end, the away sides, they get it clear. And the Austrian champions just about survive themselves this time.
That was a lovely one too, as you rightfully said, between Altena and Miller. And you just feel that Miller, he does show, to say he's stretching to put that cross back, it's such a good piece of play. But it's lovely 1-2 play, Altena.
Little back heel.
It's lovely, and he does so well. Just unfortunately, as you rightfully said, he just doesn't fall for anyone. It half falls to Braga, but he's going to take a touch. He can't swipe at it first time or anything like that. And as you said, it's blocked, isn't it? Firstly, Valci, it comes off his chest, then bobbles. I want to say Heil is off the line, basically, bobbles it and clears it away. But now again, what you spoke about momentum earlier, that's what they need now. Okay, we've got this. They need to take advantage of this. And really, you spoke about kitchen sink. I think now until that half-time whistle, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is, really go for it. Try and get that 1-goal lead at half-time.
Yeah, goal before half-time. Just changes the complexion of the game, doesn't it? It gives them something to fight for going in at half-time, and that was a really good opportunity and really good football by Hearts. But it's Sturm Graz coming forward now on this right-hand side. The shot comes in, and it was a run actually all the way through by Hurdle from the left-hand side, and the shot, it just kind of screws away from goal, and Svolov is able to get across to it nice and easily, but I'm not sure it was going on target. It was tame either way, but both sides have shown that they can carve out opportunities. Sturm Graz have had the most of them, but now Hearts, it's their turn to try and end this half strongly. What a big goal it would be if they could find one. The ball by Altena is not good enough, and the tackle is, and Sturm Graz come away with it. Lovely sliding challenge, and now cleared away, but McEntee's able to cut it out. Hearts have got a couple of minutes here of this first half to try and get in at the break level, but it's poor ball across, looking for Mill, but he was never going to get there, and it's gone out for a throw in to Sturm Graz.
I mean, also, just looking on that left-hand side, he's done it a few times as a teenager. Jakob Hoddle, he's looking really lively. He's really good. As soon as he's on the ball, his head's up, isn't he? He's that direct young winger that you just stereotype of, yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. He wants to get on the ball, get his head down. If he can pick out a teammate, fair enough, but he wants to drive at his opposition. Driving forward now is Braga, well defended. But credit to Hearts, they have turned the momentum around, and they're ending this half on top, but you still would like them to get a chance. two.
Yeah, a chance or two, or a goal or two, certainly. But it's actually Jatta who's coming forward for Sturm Graz at the moment, and he's poked it through now, and he's made a run off the ball. He's going to receive it back. Well, it's going to be a free kick, and it's just a really cheap one by Kingsley. It is the captain who just goes into his man, the side of his man, and down on the floor, actually staying down, is Vine Handel for Sturm Graz, who did well to just turn away, but it's just a really cheap free kick because he's not really going anywhere. He tries to cut inside slightly, and then the boot comes in from Kingsley, trips him up, and actually Kingsley stayed down here. Is he feeling the pace, the captain? As we approach half-time, he stayed down. It will be a free kick to Sturm Graz in a very dangerous position, but he's seeing some treatment. Little bit of a worrying sign for the home side.
It will be really worrying, especially because as well, as soon as he tackles him, I don't know if he stretches something, I don't know. I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's the pace of the game. The 32-year-old, look, this is basically still pre-season. Let's be quite fair. Late July, you're not fully fit. You're not really in your rhythm. You're still in a very good state as a professional footballer, don't get us wrong, but you will have your little tendencies of, as well I can imagine that Stephen Kingsley knows at 32, you're going to be a little bit different, aren't you, with your training, and it's going to take you a bit longer to get to full fitness. So that's a massive, it looks like it might be a hamstring, maybe a groin, it's a muscle injury for sure. He's going to be coming off, and Finlay, number 17, Stuart Finlay, is going to be coming on for him. It's just unfortunate because Kingsley will know, right, you're getting up in pre-season and then you get injured, you go, I could be out for 2 months, then my pre-season starts in October or September. So that's a massive blow for them. So it's not that you're giving away a dangerous free kick. You might have lost your skipper for a good amount of time as well. Yeah,
well, he is walking at least. We see him storming off down the tunnel. He won't be too happy with that. And I wonder if maybe it's as he makes that challenge that he just feels a strain, as you mentioned there. But speaking of strain, well, Hearts have got to strain their way through to half-time. They've got to defend this free kick, which is in a dangerous area for Sturm Graz on the edge of the box, slightly to their left-hand side. It looks like it's going to be an in-swinger. Are they going to go for goal? Yes, they are. It's straight into the wall, and it will be dealt with by Hearts, or is it? Because Stankovic nearly got a chance there, nearly dropped for him, but Hearts are able to get it clear, and now we'll look to turn on the counter-attack with Braga, but he's been muscled off it. No free kick given. Sturm Graz have won the ball back and just clear it downfield. I think both sides want to get to half-time, but here's Jatta now. Suddenly, 2-on-1 opportunity for Sturm Graz. The ball comes across, and he's blazed it across the box. No composure there from Jatta, who's had a goal disallowed. He showed composure in that one, but I'm not sure what he's trying to do there. Just get the ball back across, I wonder, but too fast, too high, and just wild.
I mean, watching it back as well from that angle, it's not even closer to the corner flag. It might have taken a deflection and it's gone up for a throw in for Sturm Graz, but even his shot before the deflection was flying wide. Actually, I don't know if he looked at it and went, you know what, I'm just going to put my laces through that, but it is a long throw in for Sturm Graz.
Yeah, and into the box it comes. It's headed away and dealt with, but there's 3 players on the edge of the box for Sturm Graz, and one of them was the number 19 Seidel, who was able to take a swipe at it, but it's over the bar. In fact, it was Vine Handel. They were all queuing up for it, and it was Vine Handel who got the shot away, and he's just blazed it over the bar. But we've played a couple of minutes extra here, and I'd imagine that half-time whistle is not too far away. And, well, which of the sides will be happier? I'm sure it'll be Sturm Graz. I mean, not only are they still 4-0 up on aggregate, they've had a goal disallowed. They've been the better side on average so far in Hearts. Give or take a couple of half chances, haven't really created much. They've got to be much better in the second half as they look to just come forward one last time as Braga's chasing the ball down. He's managed to hook it back across towards a teammate, and it will actually reach one on the right hand side, and now out to Milne on the left, who takes a shot from distance. It's blocked and cleared away, but only as far as Findlay, the substitute, the number 17, swiping it out wide to the right hand side as Hearts try and keep this move going. Can they find the ball into the box? Miller's given it away, but it will go for a throw-in to, well, I think the referee has blown the whistle for half-time, and in we go at half-time. It's still 0-0 on the night, but crucially for Sturm Graz, they still lead by 4-0 on aggregate at Tynecastle.
half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless at half-time. At half-time, cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it. For Hearts, as good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half-time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half-time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side, and they did have the ball at the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right hand side for Miller that was cleared away off the line. Half time at Tynecastle, goalless. Half time at Tynecastle. It's currently goalless on the evening between Hearts and Sturm Graz, but the Austrian side do lead 4-0 on aggregate still, a mountain still to climb in the next 45 for the Scottish side. And they did have the ball in the back of their net, put in by Seri Jatta, but a foul in the build-up by Jatta on Harry Milner did disallow it for Hearts. As good as it got was a cross into the box on the right-hand side for and it is a warm welcome back to this evening's unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of all the action from Tynecastle in the second leg of the UEFA Champions League Round 2 qualifiers. And at the moment, it's still a massive uphill task for Hearts, and time is the enemy for the host. 0-0 on the evening at Tynecastle. Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 0, but it is 4-0 on aggregate that the Austrian side lead. They even had a goal ruled out in the first half as well. They had much more chances in the first half. Hearts did end the first 45 on top of the real momentum, and those stats aren't everything, but you do look at them. 4 shots for Hearts, none on target. Sturm Graz 11 and 6 on target, and realistically you can even add that disallowed goal as well as a shot and a shot on target if you would like to agree. So a big 45 minutes coming up, and maybe even a big first 15 minutes of this second half, seeing where it goes, seeing what Hearts do. They were the better side in the first 15 minutes, but then I do feel Sturm Graz definitely got a hold of the game and a hold of the ball. Hoddle got there, but he is dispossessed. I thought it was absolutely excellent, the 19-year-old winger in the first 45 minutes. We'll bring the lineups in a moment. There is a quick change for the visitors. Wijnhandel, number 39, Luca Wijnhandel is off. Number 18, Ryan Fosso, is onto the field of play. Hearts ball into the box on the head of Braga. Fortunately, it was basically on the edge of the area, maybe a few yards into the penalty box. It is a decent ball in from Altena. I won't take that away from the full-back, but it is a little bit behind Braga, having to use all those neck muscles. And if I'm being bluntly honest, it's not really his forte, his heading, is it? So maybe Shankland would have done a little bit better with that. I won't bring that up to the Broken Hearts fans out there. It's myself, Lewis Raftery. I'm joined by Johnny Holmes to take you through the second half of unofficial independent off-tube studio commentary of the second leg. And I will bring it for the lineups as well in full in a moment. But Johnny, Hearts started the half well, they ended the half well. But that, 20 minutes to 42 minutes, Sturm Graz were the better side. The goal was rightfully disallowed from Jatta. It was a foul, but they had even more chances than just a disallowed goal. That wasn't the only chance they had to score.
Yeah, Sturm Graz were definitely, if either of those sides were going to score in that first half, it was definitely going to be the away side. And I think, well, Hearts, they've started similarly in this second half than they did in the first half. You know, lots of the ball, creating a few half chances. That Braga header was just too far out, wasn't he, to generate enough power onto it. You know, a bit closer in, as you said, and they're coming forward again, Hearts, but it's going to be dealt with and behind for a corner. They have to keep this up now. They have to keep this momentum going. We've used that word quite a lot, and they can't just have a good 5-10 minutes and then sit back again, because you know, they've got 4 goals to score today.
They do, and I mean, if we're being honest, you'd like to maybe at least got 1 in the first half, take that into the second 45. They do have the corner though, take him short. Miller into the middle to Guendouzi, and he gives it away on the edge of there. Really poor from Hearts. That's going to be a late foul. No, it isn't by Fosso. Referee this evening, Andris Srimanis, he's just going to let it go out for a throw-in. It's going to be a Hearts ball regardless, but they do need to. I can imagine if you're a Hearts fan as well, you're just thinking, whip a corner in the box, put it into a dangerous area, test the defence, test the goalkeeper, maybe just get another shot on target, whether it's an easy one or not. You take the short corner, nothing comes of it. It nearly even is a counter-attack for Sturm Graz. Can imagine that's really disappointing. Forward come Hearts, it's a good tackle at the back and into the arms of the goalkeeper. But again, they're not letting the headers drop to Hearts, and you can see it's for a Tuesday evening. It's a packed house at Tynecastle, and we were speaking at half time. One thing with Scottish football you can never say is the fans. They're always showing up. They're always putting their all in, and we'll never take anything away from them. But at the moment, sometimes as a fan, you put a lot in, and the team doesn't always give back to you.
Yeah, we can take that back to that corner as well as a shining example. Is that if you do go for the short corner, you've got to get it right, because then you just take a little bit of bounce away from the crowd, and you sort of feel the energy sapping out when you have the opportunity to get the ball in the box. So you've got to get your short corners right, and if you don't, you end up with egg on your face, don't you?
Yeah, and we see so many, don't we? And I think you're right. There's no middle ground with short corners. Is if you take one and it's a wonderful, look at that flip, look at the
straight from the training ground.
Exactly. Or you sit there and go, as you say, like, what was that all about? What was the purpose of this short corner? Hearts are coming forward down the left-hand side. Mill, nice ball to the left. Guendouzi has a one-on-one down the left-hand side. Ball into the box, nodded away by Valchi. Still on the edge of the penalty area for Hearts, but it's cleared away looking for the run of Jata. He's really held the ball up well in a forward duo. Vlatasic, he strike part of the man who put it on a plate for him. Oh, great play from Hodel there down the left hand side. It's pulled back by Altena, and he will win a free kick. And that's what Sturm Graz will want. Get a free kick, just take a breath, take it out of Hearts. As soon as I say that, they'll play a long ball forward down the left hand side. Can they get in the penalty area? They can. Poked into the box looking for Jata, just over him, but he will keep it in play. He will keep it in play inside the penalty area. Once again, big, strong, great hold up play from the forward.
Done so well,
and he
there.
wins a free kick as well. He's been a thorn in the side of the Hearts defence all evening long.
Done so well there. I mean, his hold-up play has been magnificent so far today, and he's got three men around him, just holds them off and then feels the contact, a little bit of a boot to the back of the leg, and as soon as you do that, it's really lazy and it's really poor from Hearts, because you give away the free kick, it's in a dangerous area, and you just make that man Jata look better. I mean, he's just so strong, isn't he? Such a physical presence, and just fantastic, and intelligence as well, to use his body to shield the ball and just let the contact come and then go down and win the free kick. It's fantastic hold-up striker play.
The 23-year-old Norwegian forward, he's only 5'11", but he looks about 6'3". He's a big frame, isn't he? He's a forward, and he had the ball in the back of the net as well. I know it was disallowed, rightfully so. Will be a free kick coming up on the right-hand side. Outswinger comes in, header on target, it's saved, and Jata's second effort. Flag does go up in the end, was wide. Fosso was in there as well. Don't know if the header was that was on target. It was saved once again. Schwalov, great save once again. I know it was offside. The goalkeeper doesn't know that. Watching it back, I don't know if he is offside. Very close for Vladasic, I will say, because the back two or three make the run, and he might be offside. I'm not saying he isn't. It is really, really close. But once again, it might even come off for me. Actually,
it's a Hearts player, isn't it?
It is. Is it Findlay?
Yeah.
I want to say so. He saves his own defender from putting in the back of his own net.
Yeah, it's a great stop. I think the ball comes over and it's flicked on by a Hearts head, and then it just hits the leg of Findlay and bobbles towards goal, and Schwalov sorts his feet out and makes the save. But yeah, I'm a bit bemused by that offside call, because I mean, you might say that if he was offside, he was in affecting play, and that's what caused the Hearts player to have to put a head on it. But A, I'm not sure if he was offside, and B, definitely doesn't get a touch on the ball. So an interesting one.
Yeah, as soon as it went up, I didn't know if it was a foul in the box. We definitely don't think it was, so we'll put it down definitely as an offside. 8 minutes into the second half, 53 minutes on the clock. Goalless. Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 0. Unofficial independent off Tube Studio commentary. Of course, that's on the night. 4-0. The Austrian side do lead on aggregate. Of course, once again, it's been such a fast and furious start. We'll quickly take you through the 11s if I do get a chance. Follow is in goal for Hearts. Back four of Altena, Wolcott, Findlay, who did come on for skipper Kingsley in the first half. Ball down the left hand side. Great tackle from Mitchell. Can we put it out for a corner though for Hearts? As I say, as soon as I can't even bring her back 40. We've had something happening. Mill that now has the armband. He's at left back. Midfield three of Guendouzi, McKenzie and Spittle. Forward three of Gazidis, Braga and Miller. Whereas I will bring you away side in full in a moment, but it is an in swinging corner, I should say, from the far side. In the second half, Hearts left to right, Sturm Graz right to left. This time it is a corner. It's a dangerous one as well. Dealt with defensively well by Sturm Graz, and they do clear their lines. And sometimes you see corners and it's a poor delivery, it's into a poor area. I thought that was a good delivery, just defended really well. Altena, he's doing really well, he drives inside forward. And again, after that poor short corner, I think if they'd have done a short corner, even if it worked out, Hearts fans would have been pulling their hair out to a degree. But I just think that was a good ball into a good area, but the away side defended it very well.
And that's why they should have put the ball into the box when they had that last corner, because it was, as you say, it went into a really dangerous area, and you just ask that question of the defence, don't you? Yes, they might head it away, but it just puts the pressure on. That second ball drops in, you never know where it's going to go. And I just think, especially on such difficult conditions, just throw the cat amongst the pigeons, get the ball into the box, ask questions of the defence, and if they answer those questions, fair enough, but at least you ask the question. If you go short with the corner and you just give the ball away after 2 or 3 passes or go back to the goalkeeper, you've asked no questions of the defence. So better from Hearts. Let's see if they can sustain it.
We see it a lot, don't we, as well, as it's a goal kick for Sturm Graz and they go long. They don't want to make any mistakes, it has to be said. They're putting it on Hearts. It's a poor clearance from Woldcop, and he gets a second chance, and it's a much better one than clears it away into the Sturm Graz half. Well, one in the middle by McKenzie. Down the right hand side, here comes Miller. Can he find a ball into the box? Tries to poke it forward looking for Braga. That's cleared well away. Then Altena, does he bring this down, man? Referee says no. Miller picks it up on the right hand side. Into the feet of Spittle. Sprays a lovely ball to the left hand side. Now Hearts, this is a chance. A shot's going to come in from outside the area. Straight into the palms of the goalkeeper. Stings the palms from Kudyakov from the left hand side. Can you see this? I see what he's going for, but unfortunately he goes for the curl, and instead of you want to obviously curl it outside the goal going into the corner, he kind of just curls it into the arms of the goalkeeper.
He does, and he's quite a long way out there. I mean, when you're having shots from that far out, it does suggest that you've maybe run out of ideas in the attack. But speaking of attack, forward come Sturm Graz.
Lovely piece of play there, lovely ball into the box, opportunity, strike comes in, blocked away. He's going to spin from the deflected Hearts defender over the bar, but just for a moment, swallow for fault. That might dink over me, I'm going to get back in a position. But that one touch, it's a touch pass. They open Hearts up so easily there, and that just means that Sturm Graz, they do want to go get the goal, because if they get the goal, I know it might already be over, I don't want to take it away from Hearts, but if you get a fifth on the 2 legs, that's it, done and dusted.
Yeah, cutting through them, open heart surgery, you might say. Far too easy for Sturm Graz to just carve their way through that Hearts back line, and that looping header had Frolov worried, didn't it? But out for a corner.
Will be in swinger, as I said. Sturm Graz right to left. Will be an opportunity for Simon Seidel to swing one in. It's a header from Mitchell. It's a good save from a Hearts defender. It's blocked away, and now Hearts, if they can get this right, have got a great counter-attack opportunity on. Guendou's lovely first touch. Miller takes his time, plays it forward. Opportunity now inside the penalty area. Put back to Miller. Wants it on his left foot. Takes it. Saved and out for a corner. You just felt Miller now thinking he wants it on his left. He's taking too much time, but he does get a good strike off and falls to the corner.
He does really well to dig this out, because he hasn't got much of a backlift on this one. Yeah, he's in quite a tight area, and actually does that strike the post as well? I mean, it's a really smart stop, I think, from the goalkeeper. Just having a look at the replay, and I think he's flicked that behind. Really smart stop, because it was heading in towards that top corner.
Another in-swinger, flicked on at the front post. Cleared away in the end by Sturm Graz. The attack is still on though for Hearts. Strike comes in from 40 yards out from Altena. No one should be taking a strike from that far out, but a full-back, if I were my forward, I'd be questioning that. Still come forward on left-hand side. Guendou's ball into the boxes, deflected wide and out for a corner. But there was already a Sturm Graz player down there. It might be a head injury. The referee didn't stop it. I think Sturm Graz is saying, it's especially Stankovic, a skipper. He's saying that my player was down with a head injury. We're going to watch it back. Huddle is the man who's definitely got... No, apologies, it's not him who's gone down. He was just outside the area. Not quite sure. I think then he gets kicked with the ball as well for the midfielder. I want to say it might have been Seidel. We will get full confirmation. It's Jürgen Heel, the right back, number 28, who went down, and he got a bit of a knock to the face, but I don't think that was it all. And then this is lovely play from Hearts once again, and well, the defender takes one in the lower region.
Yes, a difficult region to take a ball.
Yes, so he will need a few moments, definitely for sure. He's not trying to take seconds off the clock. I think the referee is trying to say that, look, the Stankovic and Milne have come over, the two captains, because of heel that was down with a head injury because it's gone out for a corner. Of course, Sturm Graz will have wanted it stopped, but we are just to get back underway. It is going to be another corner. They are getting succession of these. Hearts another into a good area. Mitchell, though, rises the highest and nods it away. Braga will keep it alive just inside the penalty area, but well defended by Fosso, and he clears it away out for a throw. And I will say, Mitchell, he had that headed effort a few moments ago from an attacking header that was blocked by a Hearts defender. He looks such a monster in both boxes, attacking and defending. Yeah,
he's been mammoth in the air, hasn't he? Because that chance he had actually a few minutes ago, I thought that that was heading goalwards. Is this a foul throw? That's what Sturm Graz are complaining about. Milne took the throw in, and it looked like it bobbled out of his hands, but the referees allowed it to continue. But yeah, Mitchell really strong in the air, and that's why it's going to be difficult for Hearts, but they've got to keep swinging balls in. They've got to go, and they've got a chance to do it again because they've got a free kick on the right-hand side.
That's great play from the full-back Altena. Rightfully said, hold on, maybe that's just that inexperience showing of just, I'm going to leave my leg in there. Altena knows what he's doing. He's got his hands over him as well, going in there. Altena knows, if I get to this ball, I'm going to get taken out, but I'm going to have a really good free kick opportunity for my side. It's corner-esque. It's halfway in between the corner flag and the edge of the penalty area, basically, right on the right hand side. A good opportunity for an out-swinging type delivery or an in-swinger. Have to wait and see which the goal. If it will be the in-swinger, Miller into a good area to the back post, headed away by Fosso, and then punted away, you'd have to say, by Stankovic. Jatta's going to chase it, bobbles awkwardly, but to keep it in play, he does his best, but no, it will go out for a Hearts throw-in, and we've hit the hour mark now. 60 minutes have been played at Tynecastle. Still goalless on the evening, but 4-0 Sturm Graz lead. And you asked me as well earlier about when does it get to that kitchen sink point of just, we've got to go forward, and if we concede, well, we concede, but we went for it. I think that time definitely has to be coming up. Johnny in just a moment down the left-hand side, Guendou's great tackle, I thought, down the right-hand side there by Valci, and he's going to pick up a yellow card as well. I will say the yellow card might have been because he continued playing cleared in a way because he thought he won the ball. That might be why the yellow card is given. Watching the replay back,
it is a foul.
It is a foul. If anything, Guendou's gets the ball caught up in his own feet.
Yeah, that's
Valci does go to tackle it, but obviously, you rightfully say, he does bring him down. The yellow card, I can only see is from him kicking the ball away because he thought it wasn't a foul. So I do feel for him there. So it's a yellow card. But more importantly, really dangerous free kick.
Really dangerous free kick, and it's not the first. Hearts have been better in this second half. They're the ones that have been on the attack. They're the ones that have been whipping balls into the box. And if you keep doing this over and over again, you're going to get chances eventually.
It's all about, as we always say, it's always about the delivery from this one. They put one in the first half from this kind of position as well, and the header was put wide. It will be swung in, and it will be who's there once again? Jaden Mitchell, the 6'2" Costa Rican centre-back.
He's been brilliant, hasn't
he? As you said, he's been mammoth in the defensive areas, and it's one of them where it's almost, you've got to beat him to get it on the head of one of the Hearts players. They will have another set piece, sure. It will be another corner, but again, will it be on the head of Mitchell or another player? Ball comes into the front post. It's cleared off the line at the back on the left-hand side by Soglo. The attack will continue for Hearts. Altena, that's a good ball into the box, cleared away, and Sero will pick it up. That's a nice ball to Jatta. He's trying to get on the counter-attack here, loses his footing in what can only be described as the wet pitch at Tynecastle. Not just with the sprinklers, they lose the ball in the middle. One back though by Stankovic. Jatta's tackled well by Milne. He might have even taken a bit of a whack for his troubles on his left knee. Will be a throw-in for Sturm Graz. What a delivery that is at the front post. It's a great run by Oisin McKenty as well. It might have been going wide, might have hit the post. It's a very close one when you look on the replay there. But great run there. And time is the enemy, but if you got that one there, I think from the Hearts fans' point of view, look, maybe if we could win, as we're going to watch that chance back from Mitchell, it's actually his own player. Apologies, yeah. I thought it was a Hearts defender. I want to say it's Jatta that heads it away. looking back at it, I will bring Johnny in a moment, as again this game is so back and forth. Long throwing comes in, well cleared away that time by Walcott, and they will go all the way back to the goalkeeper Kudyakov, who's had very little to do in this game, it has to be said, because the crosses have come in. He hasn't had too much to say. Ball forward, Stankovic, lovely header on, opportunity, strike comes in, and Sturm Graz, well, I'd like to think that one will stand, and what a finish that is from Seidel. Ball forward to the skipper Stankovic, he nods it to his right midfielder, takes a touch, sets himself, and he fires it in there to the bottom corner. Nothing that Schwolow could do about that one. And we spoke about the Hearts fans. Well, those Sturm Graz fans, they have travelled in their abundance. It's just a long ball forward. Stankovic is there. Milne's got no chance. Nods it on. Lovely first touch. Puts his laces through it. What a beautiful strike that is from the Sturm Graz midfielder, and it is 1-0 on the evening for them. Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 1 on the evening at Tynecastle, but 5-0 on aggregate. But what a strike that was.
Brilliant finish. I mean, yeah, takes down on the chest and just drills it across the goalkeeper into the far corner, right in that corner, at pace. No chance for Schwolow. But I just want to draw the attention to that battle between Stankovic and I believe it was Findlay, the substitute, as we see at Tynecastle. The Hearts fans are leaving in droves here. They've seen enough. The game is surely well and truly over. But yeah, Findlay's just too easily beaten in the air by Stankovic, who nods the ball on to the goal scorer, Seidel, who takes it down on his chest with a great finish. But I think that goal is scored because of some weak defending by Findlay and some brilliant attacking, sort of being a pest, really. Stankovic just keeping his head in there, going up for that 50-50, winning the header, flicking it on, and wow, what a finish it is. Still had a lot to do, Seidel. Let's not take anything away from that, because what a finish it is. Drills it into the bottom corner. Great finish, and as a contest, surely this is over.
You would think that, wouldn't you? Miller on the right hand side, lovely play, ball into the box, it's nodded on and then cleared away. What I was going to ask you is, they might even get a triple or quadruple substitution here from Hearts, and as you rightfully said, the fans are flooding out of Tynecastle. That's a poor piece of play. Ball forward, looking for Fosso, just out of reach from the attacking midfielder, back to Schwolow, and it clears it away. He said, if you're a Hearts fan, you may be just looking out in the second half, could we at least maybe win the game this evening and at least take that as a bit of confidence and a bit of measure, whereas right now you're also losing this game as well. You're losing the second leg. They could win 2-1 on the night. I'm not saying that, but it almost is the Hearts fans have gone, right, we've given you 64 minutes, we've given you an hour, and you haven't given us much from it, unfortunately. They're coming forward down the left-hand side. Again, every time I'm trying to ask Johnny a question, this game just goes from back to front. Again, they are trying to make that triple change. I thought they'd make it, obviously, once they conceded. Still on the sidelines are three Hearts players, and you would probably say that there's goals in this game for both sides, because the game is going to be so open now. Ball forward to Jata. His forward partner Vladasic was in an offside position, so he has to take that touch, pass, whatever you like to call it, on himself. But all evening long, we spoke about it. Hearts have been so frantic. The final ball's been missing. I think the one you rightfully pointed out was when Braga tried to play Miller through. It was basically one defender, as you rightfully said. As long as you just got to get past him, even if you just get into the feet of Miller, you've got an opportunity. And Hearts haven't done too much with that. Sturm Graz have been brilliant this evening. They're coming forward again. Hodel on the left-hand side. He's going to drive into the penalty area. Altena, great defensive play there, shoulder to shoulder, and the fullback comes away with it. You rightfully pointed out there, Jata was onside. For me, Hodel's got to take a touch and swing it in, or even swing it in first time there, because Jata has a one-on-one.
Yeah, so much space on that right-hand side for Jata, and I think even a first-time cross, maybe, as you say, get out the feet and just spray it across, because, you know, one-on-one and possibly a tap-in for 2-0, but Sturm Graz, does it really matter too much? They look like they're running rings round Hearts now at the moment. All the confidence of knowing this fixture's over, through they go again.
Opportunity, one-on-one, saved by the goalkeeper, but it'll end up in the back of the net. As Johnny rightfully was saying, they're playing some brilliant stuff right now, splitting like a hot knife through butter right now through this Hearts defence. Lovely 1-2 on the edge of the area. It's a full-back Emran Soglo who puts it in the back of the net. Might have even, it's saved by Schwolow. I want to know who it takes a deflection off. Might took a deflection off the goalkeeper. I'm not too sure. Stankovic plays it to the left-hand side. Soglo into Hodel. Lovely little ding from the right boot of Vladasic. And it's saved by the goalkeeper, but that's the look of Hearts over these two legs. It rebounds to the left-back, who just basically taps it in because it falls onto his left boot and say he's tapped on it because it just falls back up his left boot. That just sums Hearts up this evening, unfortunately. That once again, the keeper saves it. You can even see the look on Alexander Schwalow's face. Well, yeah, of course that was going to happen. It is Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 2 on the evening, 6-0. On aggregate. They have made that triple change out, so we'll bring you that in just in a moment once we get full confirmation. But yeah, I know that's so unlucky how the ball's ended up in the back of the net, but the play alone deserved a goal. I'm not saying every good play deserves a goal, but he probably should have finished that first time.
Yeah, I mean, it was well earned, wasn't it?
Yes.
That slice of luck, huge slice of luck, takes the shot, it's well saved by Schwalov, and it just cannons back into Soglo. He knows nothing about it, it just hits his sort of trailing foot as he's wheeling away and just bobbles into the back of the net. Extremely fortunate, but it was lovely build-up play, just slicing Hearts open far too easily once again. And it's just reminiscent of the first half, isn't it? They concede the first leg, they concede one, their heads drop, and it's just way too easy now for the away side, the Austrian side, and this could get ugly, couldn't it?
It really could. We've definitely seen that there's a triple change from Hearts. As I say, it's still waiting on confirmation of who's come on and who's come off. I definitely can see a couple of players who came on. Basai definitely did, and I want to say as well Tom Renaud as well. Number 12 came on for Hearts. I want to say Sturm Graz made a couple of changes as well, but as I say, the broadcasters, sometimes the substitutions don't always give us the best opportunity. So once we do get that through, we'll bring that to you. But with just about 70 minutes on the clock, we are halfway through the second half. I mean, the game, maybe a lot of people bluntly would have said the game was over at 90 minutes in Austria over the two legs, but game is definitely done over this two-legged affair. It will be Sturm Graz going on to the next round of the Champions League qualifiers. It's Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 2 on the evening. 6-0 that the Austrian side lead on aggregate. Hearts come forward, but they're going to deal with it, Sturm Graz, and I think there's more goals in it for Sturm Graz because of how Hearts are just throwing and flooding players forward into their half. Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 2, 6-0 the Austrians lead on aggregate, and to take us through to full time, I'll pass you over to Johnny.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lewis. We have had those substitutions confirmed. Tom Renaud has come on for Spittle, Kabore is on for Miller, and Basai is on for Guendouzi. Triple change for Hearts as they, well, just try and save face now, I suppose. That's all they can really hope for, because they are crashing out here at this stage in the Champions League as the ball is floated out towards the left-hand side, but there's way too much on it, and it will go behind for a goal kick to the away side, the Austrian side, the champions of Austria, who are, well, they're showing their pedigree, aren't they? They're showing their mettle, because not only did they absolutely dominate that first leg in terms of goals scored, 4-0, they're now 2-0 up at Tynecastle in Midlothian, as the substitution is being made as well by the away side, as we see Vladarchik come off. He's been a thorn in the side of Hearts, and we'll just await confirmation in terms of who's replaced him. But I think his work is done tonight. The whole side's work is done, I think you might say. And now it's just have a little bit of fun out there. They've been playing lovely football, running rings around Hearts over the last few minutes, and fully deserve, you have to say, their goal, as we see confirmation of the Hearts substitutions. Kabore, Basai and Renaud on, and we're just waiting to see who has come on for the away side, as Hearts have the ball in their own half. It goes back to Schwalov, who got desperately unlucky, made the save from Soglo, but it just deflected back out, hit the fullback on the boot, the trailing boot, and bobbled into the back of the net. And here he is, the goal scorer, coming forward, the number 18, looks to try and slot it through, but it's slightly overhit, and it's well marshalled by Findlay back to his goalkeeper Schwalov. I have to say, I've personally felt that Findlay was slightly at fault for the first Sturm Graz goal, because he was beaten too easily in the air by Stankovic, which then flicked it on to Seidel, who, let's be honest, had a lot to do and did magnificently with a drilling finish across the goalkeeper on the half volley. Quite the goal that was. As here is Soglo, the goal scorer, back to infield to Stankovic, who's overrun it slightly, and it will go out for a Hearts throw in on the right hand side, taken in to the middle once again with Altena, and now with Fagan Woolcott. He finds Findlay, and now it's on to Milne on the left hand side. He looks to launch it forward, to Basai, the substitute, who's done really well to get there ahead of his man, and he's using that strong frame to beat the ball to the byline and then smash it into the box, but it's easily cleared away. He'll take that throw in. Milne feeding back to Basai. He's lost out, and this time it will go for a Sturm Graz throw in. So I suppose now we can say, Lewis, that Hearts are crashing out of this competition at this phase, and all of their eyes will, well, as they look to come forward now, can they try and get something out of this one? Kabore screaming for it. He wants it. It's going to be a shot from the edge of the box, but it's going to go wide fairly comfortably in the end. I think it was Braga with the shot from the edge of the box. It was never challenging the goalkeeper. It was indeed Braga. Never got hold of that one. But yeah, Lewis, the eyes will shift now towards the league campaign, and of course they missed out so narrowly, so agonisingly, so nearly breaking up the old firm dominance in the Scottish Premier League. I mean, is that the aim now? Go again, try and do just that?
You'd have to say so, wouldn't you? Of course, you rightfully said about the beginning of the season that they do take the trip to Aberdeen at 5:30 on Saturday afternoon going into the evening. Another game you can catch on this service. We are covering all the Scottish games at round one and for the rest of the season as per usual. But you are right, it's almost, we spoke about momentum of this game. It's a momentum of last season, isn't it? Almost. Let's be quite honest here that maybe just this is out of their reach. This is Champions League qualifiers. Perhaps when they go into the Europa League, that maybe they get that and get some European football. Maybe that's what you got to take. That look, this is a lesson that yes, you know, we've taken on paper a bit of a beating 6-0 and on aggregate, and we've taken a beating this evening. We were second best. We were second best, as you rightly said, the Austrian champions. A side that are Champions League calibre and might even meet these two in the Europa League. Who knows? But yeah, you've got to take that and take what you did last season. Almost, unfortunately, it ended on such a sour note, didn't it? That you don't want that to continue. You want to just put that behind you and say, we had a great season last year. Let's take it on and let's see what we can do going into the new season. Hopefully 3 points against Aberdeen for Hearts fans.
Just to confirm the substitution for Sturm Graz as they look to come forward, but it's well intercepted and Hearts will come away with the ball. That it was Beganovic who came on for Voracek. The number 26 replacing number 17, and look at this for Hearts. Suddenly now they've got 4-on-3. What an opportunity. Braga's going to go himself when he had options either side of him. He had Basai on the right, he had Kabore on the left, but he went for goal himself down the middle, and he's had to apologise to the players around him because it was 4-on-3. It was a really good counter-attacking opportunity for Hearts. He's seeing the run of Kabore, he's seeing the run on the left of Kizaridis, but in the end goes for goal himself. And was that a bit selfish, do you think, Lewis?
Oh, 100%. I don't know if that's a little bit of to a degree frustration of the game, that you know you just haven't had the opportunities that you would like, and you are playing as the lone striker. I'm not too sure, but I think you've just got to understand that even if he plays it to the left hand side, it can still come back into him, and maybe that's a better opportunity. I think you're right. And as soon as he did it, he put his hands up, as you said, to his teammates. And that's what it's worth. If you're anything, just keep your head down and go, yeah, I know I made a mistake. As soon as he did it, he even knows he's taking that shot that he knows he shouldn't do it. It's a double change for Sturm Graz. This is just trying to almost get players wrapped up in cotton wool, isn't it? And bubble wrap for, of course, this campaign they're coming up soon. Of course, their qualifiers next week. They'll face the winner of the Fenerbahce type between the Turkish side and Gorlik Zabze, so that'll be interesting for them. If it is Fenerbahce, that'll be a big tie to say it's a qualifying round. Fenerbahce up against Sturm Graz, so that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, now for Sturm Graz, this will be a confidence builder, no doubt, but they don't want to have this on their resume and then perhaps not get in the Champions League. That's their main goal, obviously. Absolutely,
but what a tough tie. Fenerbahce, a side with some real European pedigree, a side that have spent a lot of time in European competition over the years. There was substitution once again. Ian Malic has come on for Soglo, the goal scorer, in the left-back position. And they also brought off captain Stankovic as well, just waiting for confirmation for who came on in the midfield. But as you say, I think they're just trying to wrap their players up, make sure they get away with their finest players, certainly not injured. And they're looking to come forward again now, but it's well intercepted by a Hearts player. And In fact, I believe Stankovic has remained on the pitch, so maybe he was just sprinting off for a little bit of water. Stankovic, it's Malic who has come on for Soglo in left back position. Soglo, of course, getting on the score sheet in quite fortuitous fashion. Took a shot that was saved by Shvolov, but blocked back into the path of Soglo, who knew nothing about it, just hit the back of his foot and bobbled into the back of the net. But they all count, don't they? Here is Stankovic, who has well and truly not left the pitch. He's still very much playing today, the Sturm Graz captain, and in fact it's going to be I've got a Hearts player down here. I think that's cramped. Kizaridis has gone down, just needs to stretch this one out, and well, he hasn't been going forward as much as he would have liked to have done, Kizaridis, because he wants to be forward flowing, he wants to be cutting inside and whipping balls into the box or whipping shots on target, but he's been in defensive positions mostly today. Another substitution to let you know about for Sturm Graz is that Hoddle, the youngster who has been lively, hasn't he? He's certainly shown himself. 19 years of age, I believe, Hoddle, and well, he's shown a few touches as well. And Mamagashvili has come on to replace him. What have you made of the youngster today?
No, I think you're spot on. I thought he was one of their better players, especially in the first half. And I do remember covering the game against Nottingham Forest last season in the Europa League for Sturm Graz, and he was someone who came off the bench, and he just had that again, it's a stereotype of a young winger, isn't it? But that electricity, that fearlessness. If he just gets on the ball, he drives forward. He could lose it 100 times, but that 101st time he'll probably still think, I could still take it past Mamando, and it's great to see. And again, he's probably come off because it's less than 10 minutes to go, and he probably will start the next game in the qualifiers. He was outstanding, I think, as well, although he didn't get on the score sheet. Well, he did get an assist, of course, obviously, I do take that back. Stankovic, for me, just ran the show. He's been that old head that we've all been there at five-a-side. There's just one player you can't get close to. You just cannot get close to him. You can't even get a whiff of whatever cologne he's wearing. That's been Stankovic this evening for me. He takes a touch, no one gets near him, or if they do, he just puts it through the legs or something like that. He's been fantastic. He's going to come off it, and McCart's coming on for him. But yeah, there's been a lot of standout players for Sturm Graz, hasn't there? Hearts, I do feel for them a little bit because of the position they're in. But at the end of the day, I do just think this is Champions League qualifiers. It's just at the moment a step too far for them.
Step too far so far for Hearts. So yeah, we mentioned that Sturm Graz have quite a few strong performances from them. If you had to pick out one player for the Midlothian sides, has anyone stood out to you?
Looking at the team sheet, I would say I think Braga. Well,
he's tried, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think the midfield three, Glenn Dews was quite impressive as well. McKentry really is that just ball winner in the middle. I really thought he did. Altena and Milne, they didn't have great games, but my word, they put shifts in every time they were back, every time they were forward. Miller was lively whenever he got on the ball. He's one of them where I think, unfortunately, there's no one who had a bad game. They're just all sixes out there. No one but impressed, really, unfortunately. Whereas Sturm Graz have probably had nothing under a 7. Here they come.
Here they come. Halvax has come on for Stankovic, and ball into the box, and it's dangerous. It's bobbling about. The referee says get to the feet as a Sturm Graz player goes down. It's ended up in the gloves of Shvolov, but once again, too easy for them to cut through. And down the ground, it's Beganovic, the substitute, the number 26. He's clutching his face. He certainly felt that he was fouled. The referee, very clearly, you could see him beckoning, saying, get back to your feet. He's still down, rolling around on the turf, Beganovic. But I think he's now rising to his feet finally as Altena brings it forward and now finds Kabore for Hearts. Can they salvage some sort of something from this game? Just something to smile about for the loyal home fans who have stayed. There's not many of them, I can tell you that. Forward come Hearts once again. It's into the box, it's dangerous, and it was Basai swinging a boot at it, but in the end it's a wild finish. He blazes it high, he blazes it wide, and Hearts just can't quite find that consolation goal. It was decent build-up play from them actually, and the ball into the box is quite a good one. It's clipped in, and Basai on the volley never gets hold of it, does he?
Just gets it all wrong, as you say. I thought it was a lovely build-up play, as you say, though. Watching this chance back for Sturm Graz, it's more of the face. I don't know why he's going down holding his face. That's what's a bit more confusing. We've just seen that one replay back. Maybe there is a clip of the heels, and possibly, maybe it's more he does leave his leg down and gets clipped. I'm not too sure. The facial holding, I'm not too sure. But once again, they did open Hearts up, didn't they? They're very, very easily there. I mean, you spoke about players that have impressed. I think Kabore and Basai have actually been players who have come on and have made a big difference.
They've looked dangerous, haven't they? They've shown a bit of pace going forward, a bit of willingness to run, and maybe it was tired legs for Hearts. You did mention that this is a pre-season game at the end of the day. You're still finding your fitness, and there is, if you're 95% fit, you're not fit enough to play top-level football, because it's that just last 5% they'll be lacking, that little bit of match sharpness which they'll be getting from today. But it will be worrying, I think, from a Hearts point of view, that having gone so close to the title and being turned over like this, albeit strong opposition, Sturm Graz, Austrian champions, but you'd want to maybe set out your stall a little bit better than this going into the new season. So I think there will be certainly questions asked, and the post-mortem into this one will certainly be deep, and they'll try and analyse what's gone wrong, because it's currently 2-0 on the night to the away side, but it's 6-0 on aggregate to the Austrian champions as Hearts go backwards to Schwalov, the number 1, and he plays it out to his left-hand side. Can Hearts find anything in this last 7 or so minutes of normal time? Of course, we'll have a little bit of added time on top of that, but I can't expect there'll be too much. I think probably both sets of players just want to get bolting down the tunnel. Hearts will want to forget about this one, and Sturm Graz will want to get through it without any injuries, which is, I assume, why they've made so many substitutions, as Mitchell's battling with it, but he's lost out to Kabore. That's probably the first poor bit of play from Mitchell so far. Kabore, what will he do? He goes for goal. He had men over and in the air with his arms. Altaner saying, look at how much space I've got. Kabore only sees him once the ball has gone away, and Hearts, another chance goes begging, and once again, I'm just saying, that one last final pass, it's not been there for them tonight, has it?
That's been the problem, but again, it's been, that what we've seen all night, box to box. Hearts and both Sturm Graz have played stuff, but the quality's been there in the final third, hasn't it? That's great from Kabore to drive away and pick out his dribble into the penalty area. And you're thinking, just pass it into Braga. Just say, you know what, if he misses it or the pass is off, you go, look, I want to look for the ball, look for it. He said you look a little bit silly, and I think Braga again, you saw him kind of run, he's put his head down, didn't he, going, ugh. But maybe that's a bit of karma for taking the shot on.
Maybe that's it.
Earlier not passing to his teammate, I don't know.
What goes around comes around for Braga there. But I suppose at the end of the day, doesn't really matter. Unfortunately, this tie has got away from Hearts. It was, some would argue, over before it really began, but they were still in with somewhat of a fighting chance. 4-0, it's been done before. My mind goes back to Sheffield Wednesday, I think, in the playoffs, when they came all the way back and ended up in the playoff. I think that was to get to the final, if my memory serves me correctly, and they did it, but unfortunately it hasn't quite been that fairy tale story for Hearts of Midlothian today, and it's gone out for a throw-in to the away side, who have been absolutely dominant, it has to be said, across the two legs. Certainly in the final third where it matters, they've been far sharper than Hearts, who have had a few chances, had a few touches of the ball, and dominated periods of the game in terms of possession, but showed no real sign of threatening goal. Can they do it one last time? Here's Kabore, really poor ball into the box, looking for Basai, his fellow substitute, and as you say, those two have linked up quite well, but haven't quite had that final product. Altaner on the right hand side, he's looped it into the box, it's a little flick backwards looking for Basai, but it's not going to come to anything, but won back by Hearts. Basai battling for it, doing really well in fact, and winning his side a corner, does really well. The ball cannoning back behind for a corner. I think it might have been off Malic, the substitute, and Basai does really, really well to win a corner. And now is this one going to go into the box? The Hearts looking for that goal that would just send their fans home with a little bit of pride, with a little bit of a smile on their face. It's going to come in from Altaner. It's going to be an outswinger by the looks of things. The referee has spotted something in the box, and that's something that of course happens fairly often. We are eventually going to get this corner into the box. Altaner puts the hands up into the box, it's hit the first man, it's a relatively poor ball. Some of those have been going to some dangerous areas. That is not the case this time, but they've got it back. Altaner with Braga plays a 1-2 and now goes infield back into a slightly more defensive position with Milne, who clips the ball out towards the left hand side. Little slip from the Sturm Graz player, and then Basai tries to flick it on, and it will fall all the way through to Kudyakov in goal. And again, it kind of sums it up. That last pass isn't quite there.
And I like the hope of Basai. Again, he's brought energy on, hasn't he? Him and Kabore, it was Murat for said earlier. I can't take away the energy they've brought on that once, and they've brought something to the game we didn't have. But then I think you've also hit the nail on the head about the pre-season.
Oh, given away.
Pass, so here come Hearts.
Kudyakov straight to Basai. Can they find a goal here? No, it's charged down. He went for goal himself. A little bit of greed maybe. Now that the scoreline is away from them, thinking, well, I may as well try and get on the goal, the scoring sheet, and forward comes Sturm Graz, but they're not able to bring it under control. Jatta there just couldn't gather it in. But yeah, sloppy from Kudyakov, but his head's probably already in the next round against possibly Fenerbahce. Yeah,
just looking as well who Hearts will face, unfortunately as well, because they were dropping into the Europa League qualifiers. They'll be facing Benfica or St Gallen. So two sides that you would think that currently St Gallen are 2-1 up on aggregate going into the second leg on Thursday. But that's not something you go, oh, that's a nice tie away. I mean, it might be a nice trip to Switzerland or to Portugal, of course, for one of the legs for the Hearts fans, where you would think of on your travels. But to get maybe through to the next stage, that's not the tie you would want.
Yeah, oh no, we're out of the Champions League. Oh yes, we're into the Europa League. Oh no, we're playing Benfica. It's not exactly what you would want from a Hearts perspective. But as you say, it's a fantastic day out for the fans. If that's how it comes to pass, St Gallen, of course, are ahead. So it looks like it'd be Benfica dropping down in that case, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. Is that how it would work out? Yes, indeed. So yeah, quite a tantalising prospect though for Hearts to play Benfica, and what a way to make up for this relatively dismal performance than by giving the giant Portuguese side a real good go. As forward come the Austrian champions for one last hurrah themselves, spread out to the right hand side, waiting in the box is Jatta. Will he find it? No, he won't, because it's slightly overrun, but they come forward once again. A little bit of clash. It's Malic on that right hand side, and Beganovic now, but he goes down and is dispossessed, and Basai holds it up nicely. Possibly what they've been missing, Hearts. A big presence up top to hold the ball up. He's done really well. You'd say that Lawrence Shanklin would have played that role in years gone by, but of course he's headed off to join his former manager at Rangers as well. So they've lost their captain, have Hearts. They heartbreakingly lost the league at the end of last season, and they've also lost their manager. So times are changing. It's a new era, isn't it, really, if you think about it, losing your captain and losing your manager. And well, the first signs are that it's a stuttering start for the new regime, but it's going to take time, isn't it?
100%. And you spoke as well about looking to where do you go from this and looking to the season. I think as well, realistically, they really overperformed last season, didn't they? Almost getting the title. What you got to do for Hearts, you've got to get a bit of 2 or 3 years of consistency and challenge every single season for the next 2 or 3 years, and then you really will get, maybe in 3 years' time, will you win the league then, don't you? That's what you always do. It's almost, I take it as a team coming up from maybe the Championship into the Premier League. You want to just the first season survive, then you build and build and build, and I think that's what Hearts have got to go. Right, we just realistically, we overperformed last year. We pushed Celtic and Rangers all the way until basically the last kick of the season. Can we push them again as far as, and then players in the end will want to go to Hearts because they will also see, oh, okay, it's not just Rangers and Celtic who play in Scotland, this team do as well.
Yes, and they'll be hoping they can challenge like they did last season. It's a a free kick in a goal kick position, you might say. Kudyakov takes it forward for Sturm Graz. We played 91 minutes. I didn't spot how much added time there was. I'm not sure if you saw, but I think we're heading towards the end of this one. We're in the dying embers at Tynecastle. This one ticking away towards full time. Well, Hearts have been disappointing. They lost the first leg by 4-0. The heads dropped once they went 1 goal down, and a similar thing happened here today. 2-0 down on the night. Goals from Soglo and Seidel. That Seidel one was quite the finish, drilled across the goalkeeper on the half volley. Basai on the ball, loses out, it's clear behind. It's a throw in to the Midlothian side as they possibly search for one last consolation. They haven't got much time to do it. We've played 92 minutes. 2 minutes of extra time has been played. Here's Altena, but he's lost out, and now forward comes Sturm Graz. It's a lovely ball, slipped through to Jatta, running one-on-one with his man. He's forced slightly wider than he would like to have gone, and in fact it's very good defending in the end, and it looks like it's gone out of play. Jatta thinks he's kept it in. The referee agrees with him, but Braga is going to come away with it for Hearts, and they will look to try and go forward with Altena. He plays it forward towards Kabore, who's brought down as he tries to hold the ball up, which he did successfully, and he wins a free kick for his side. And now Hearts will look to try and create just one more chance on what's been, all in all, a very disappointing couple of fixtures for them. It's spread out to the right-hand side with Altena, who does really well, actually, as it skips off the surface to keep it in with his head. He goes back towards Fagan Woolcott, who just saunters infield, then plays it to a teammate, receives it back, then lets it run, in fact, for Altena. And Hearts now trying to carve something with Kabore, but he's just not got his feet right at all. And coming away with it now are Sturm Graz, but they won't have time. The referee's blown the whistle. Hearts of Midlothian's Champions League adventure comes to quite a premature end, quite a stuttering finish. It was 4-0 in the first leg, it was 2-0 on the night, 6-0 on aggregate, and Sturm Graz get the victory.
Thanks to second half goals from Simon Seidel and Emron Soglo, it is Hearts who have tasted a 2-0 defeat to Sturm Graz. Thanks to second half goals from Simon Seidel and Emron Soglo, Sturm Graz have beaten Hearts 2-0 this evening at Tynecastle to finish off the demolition of last week's first leg, 4-0 to beat the Scottish side 6-0 on aggregate. Hearts always had an uphill task, but always never really got into the game this evening, unfortunately. Goals coming in the 64th and 68th minute as Sturm Graz win 2-0 on the evening, 6-0 over the two legs. Thanks to second half goals from Simon Seidel and Emron Soglo, it is the Austrian Bundesliga champion Sturm Graz who have beaten Hearts 2-0 this evening at Tynecastle and 6-0 over the two legs in the second round of the Champions League qualifiers. Round two, second leg. The first leg was a real demolition. 4-0 victory at home for the Austrian champions, and they've come to Tynecastle and they played some great stuff this evening. Hearts never really had a chance, you'd have to say. Such an uphill task that whatever tactics you want to play or anything along those lines, they never really got going this evening, though. They never really had one real out-and-out chance, you'd have to say. In the first half, Sturm Graz were much the better. In the first 15 minutes, Hearts did come flying out the traps. They were positive, they were putting balls into the box it was absolutely pouring down at Tynecastle this evening. So that played a massive part in both teams' game plan and how they wanted to play. Sturm Graz, so the first half an hour they rode the storm. They got playing some good stuff, and they did put the ball in the back of the net through Jatta, but that was disallowed. VAR getting involved. There was a foul on the build-up between Jatta and Milne. So when going into half-time goalless, maybe Hearts thinking, yes, we need 4 goals to even take it to extra time, but you know what, we haven't conceded, and could we take it to them? In the second half, never really went their way, and 2 fantastic goals, you'd have to say. One coming a bit way of luck for the Austrian side, but the first one, long ball over the top. Stankovic, the skipper, just nods it on over his defender Findlay. Simon Tiedl takes a touch and he hammers it home for his second goal for his new side. On his right boot, laces straight through into the bottom corner. Nothing Alexander Shvolov could do. And for the second goal, well, he saved the first strike and it rebounded into the back of his net. I've got a feel for the Hearts shot stopper. Lovely piece of play, and in the end, it was a lovely pass over the top that found Soglo. Lovely first touch, goes for a strike. The keeper, Shvolov, it's a great save. He gets himself, spreads himself big. He deflects it back off the left boot, off the full back, dinks over him and goes in the back of the net. And that was all she wrote. Hearts made substitutions, but nothing that really got them out of trouble this evening. And Tynecastle emptied, as you would expect. Hearts will now drop into the Europa League qualifiers. They will await either Benfica or St Gallen. The Swiss side do lead 2-1 on aggregate on Thursday evening. That second leg will take a part of, and Sturm Graz will face the winners of the Fenerbahce Gornik Zarbers. Second leg, Fenerbahce currently 1-0 up, so at the moment they will be facing the Turkish side in the next round of the Champions League qualifiers. But Hearts, they will have to wait who see they play as they drop down to the Europa League qualifiers. They could still be playing European football this season, of course. Either the Portuguese side Benfica or the Swiss side St Gallen will await them next. But this evening is one to forget for Wouter Franken, the new Hearts boss, as they do await Aberdeen, of course, as well, Saturday evening at 5:30. But this 2-legged affair has been one to forget for the Scottish side. Full time this evening in the second leg. It's finished Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 2 over the 2 legs. Hearts 0, Sturm Graz 6.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting,